So, you've got an idea, something you're passionate about, and you're thinking, hey, I could turn this into a business here in Kenya. You want to be the one calling the shots, building something from scratch, completely on your own terms. Well, if that's you, then you absolutely need to know about one of the simplest ways to get started, the sole proprietorship. Let's get into it.
I mean, it's a powerful dream, isn't it? That feeling of freedom, of total control, the pure satisfaction of creating something that is 100% yours. For so many entrepreneurs in Kenya, this is the most direct path to making that dream a reality. But before you dive in, you've got to understand what it really means.
Okay, let's start with the single most important idea you need to grasp. And believe me, it's a big one. When you go down this road, you have to understand that in the eyes of the law, there's no difference between you and your business. You are one and the same. Now, the definition sounds simple enough, right? A business owned and run by one person. You're the owner, you're the one running it. But that second sentence, no legal distinction, that's where everything changes. This isn't just some legal jargon. It is the foundation for every single pro and con we're about to talk about. Let me put it another way. Your business doesn't have its own identity, legally speaking. Its wins are your wins. Its debts, well, those are your debts. Its reputation is your reputation. There's no corporate shield, no wall to hide behind. It is all on you. So if you're not creating this whole separate legal thing, how do you actually get started? Well, this right here is one of the biggest reasons people choose a sole proprietorship. It's incredibly straightforward. In Kenya, making your business official is surprisingly easy. It really just boils down to two main steps. First, you pick a great name for your new venture. And second, you register that name with the Business Registration Service, or BRS. And that's pretty much it. There are very few legal hoops to jump through, which means you can go from just having an idea to being an official business really, really fast. Okay, so you're up and running. Now you get to experience the day-to-day reality of being a sole proprietor. And it's this constant balancing act between having total power and feeling total pressure. And this really shows you that fundamental trade-off. On one side, you have all the power. You make every single call, you can change direction in a heartbeat. And you get that direct personal contact with your customers, which is so valuable. But on the other side, the pressure is huge. The workload can be crushing because you are responsible for literally everything. Marketing, sales, accounting, you name it. And let's be real, nobody is an expert in all of those things. Of course, no business gets off the ground without some cash. So where does the money come from when it's just you? Well, the way a sole proprietor gets funded is often very different from a big company. Look at this. The vast majority, we're talking over half, of sole proprietors in Kenya start by betting on themselves. They use their own personal savings. After that, another big chunk, about a quarter, comes from loans from family and friends. You see that only a small slice comes from more formal places like banks. And that's often because it can be tough to get a loan when you're a new one-person show. The bottom line here is that funding your start is usually a very personal journey. All right, so we've looked at how you set it up, what it's like to run it, and where the money comes from. Now let's put it all together and look at the ultimate balancing act, the core advantages versus the pretty serious disadvantages. On the plus side, you have complete control and you get to keep all the profits. Awesome! It's super easy to start, you can be flexible, and you keep your business affairs private. Even your taxes are simpler. The profits are just treated as part of your personal income. But then you look at the other side. Raising more money is tough, the business basically ends if you stop, and it can be hard to attract the best employees. And then, there's that big one right at the top, unlimited liability. Yeah, this idea is so important it gets its own moment in the spotlight. Out of all the downsides, this is the one you absolutely positively have to understand before you take a single step. So what does unlimited liability actually mean for you in the real world? It means that if your business builds up debts that it can't pay back, your creditors can legally come after your personal stuff. We are talking about your house, your car, your personal savings account. Remember when we said there's no legal difference between you and the business? This is where that fact really hits home. The risk isn't just a business risk, it's a personal one. So, we've covered the what, the how, and the why. We've seen the amazing highs and the scary lows, and now the only question left is the one you have to ask yourself. You know, this single sentence just captures the whole deal perfectly. It is the ultimate high-stakes game. All of the reward and all of the risk, it all flows to just one person, you. So as you're thinking about your own business journey here in Kenya, this is the final question you need to wrestle with. You get all the glory if it works out. but you also take on all the risk. Is that a price you're willing to pay? The decision is all yours.